Hey, so I'm going to turn off my comments and my video on Lonnie's Truth because I'm holding too many phones right now, so just hang on with me. Okay. All right. Hi. So, thanks for coming back. Your TV mentality behind you, right? Because you're going to need to put that down for a second to hear what we got to say. I have to do this quick, so I even made some notes over here. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I wrote down the things I want to say so we could just, Hi. Can y'all hear me okay? Cool. Let's talk about war. Okay? So in a war, sometimes, if you've ever watched a movie that entails a war, if you know someone that's in the military, when you are on your way to war, or when you have to go through a battle, can y'all stay with me and I don't have to turn my comments off? Can you please just right here, just for 2 seconds? That's really hard for people to not stay distracted, and it's really annoying to have to mute this when I really want to know that you're here with me. So can you just right here with me for 2 seconds, okay? And then I'm trying not to turn these comments off so I know that y'all can hear me, okay? It's just right here. Just 15 minutes right here, all right? Interactive part. Anybody know about the military when you have to go to war? Battlefield, okay? 90s. I'm talking to you. Please stay with me. If you are new to this and you're like, I don't know what a 90s is. A 90s is a warrior. If you're that for the children, without any vendetta motives or childish assumptions, that's you. We are talking about children, so don't act like one. If you don't act like that, that's you. It's that simple. It's really that simple, but people don't understand simple shit because they're not used to that. They're used to things being orchestrated and drama and things like that. So nobody can ever look at something when it's serious and when you're being talked to seriously, because people don't know how to stop playing sometimes, okay? So just right here with me, all right? When you are in war and you have to go through a battlefield, right? If you have your full armor, you have your gun, you have your everything that you need, you got your canteen of water, you got a flashlight, you got everything that you need to go to war, right? You get to war, and let's say your partner that you were with, somebody dies or doesn't make it. There's casualties to war. Somebody may get hurt. You are going to run out of water. You may run out of food. Your sword may get messed up. Your armor may get messed up. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? You got me? Then what has to happen is if you make it all the way to that other side of that war, and the war is not over. It doesn't just end like, oh, yay, celebrate, we're done. No, it doesn't end like that, right? So when you make it to the other side, you say, hey, I need a minute to refresh my armor. I need a minute to go get food. I need a minute to find some water. I need a minute to lick my wounds. I need a minute to pick up my armor again because it's too heavy. I need to take it off for a second. I need a bath, okay? I need to scrub some of this dirt off. I need to process the shit that I just seen happen. I need to process the casualties that I just seen happen, whether that was a casualty to your friends, whether that was a casualty to what you're fighting for. If you lost the battle or if you won the battle, you still need to process that shit, right? So you go back to camp. Yeah? Everybody know? Are you with me? Yeah? Okay. With the event that we just did, I disrespectfully, I just talked to the admin, some admin angels. I've been able to talk to some angels this morning. We have not been able to touch our phones, really. We have been through a lot. We've been processing. I've honestly been a little bit depressed, but I've also been I've just been processing. I've been in a lot of pain. We've been trying to figure things out. I think a lot of people have seen the 90s and they completely just counted some shit out, forgot about what we've been talking about this entire 2 years. I want you guys to take a minute, because I keep saying, go back, go back, go back. And people don't understand what I'm saying because nobody wants to take that time. Some people are like, listen, I gotta go to work in the morning, and if I sit here and go through every rabbit hole that this girl is trying to explain, it's gonna take me decades to even stop asking questions, right? Some people forget that you just had a taste of our life for 2 years. We have been fighting this war my entire life. Okay, so some people are like, this war for me is too overwhelming. This war for me is too much. This war for me, I'm messed up. I got hit. I got hurt. I got attacked. I'm still bruised. I'm still trying to get up. This armor is too heavy to pick up again. But see, the thing that I've never had the choice of is how many times I've been told, get up. Get up. Get back up. You're not done yet. I was disrespectfully, I'm not even fucking with you right now. I was disrespectfully counting us out. And the reason why, I was no better than the trolls at one point. I think I started to listen to not just the voices in my head, but the trolls. See, some of our voices got their shit together. I was starting to listen to some of the trolls that are on here, okay? I was starting to listen to fear. And fear is never from God. Fear is always from Satan. I was starting to listen to the fact that I have been through some things that I never count out. I never not think about those things because I've already went through them. I've already been damaged by it. I've already been hit by it. I've already been bruised by it. So I know how it feels. And I also know how it feels to how long I have to get up. Okay, you staying with me? You still with me? Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I think I heard that. So now, a lot of at when we were on our way to the event, the day that we got on the phone with the doc and we signed the DNR, the do not resuscitate order that's signed on me. When we talked to them, and after that, I was like, this is it. Like, this is it. When I say that there's so much information, it would take us a minute to dent it. There's so much information that it would take us a minute to say, like, oh, this is just half of it. We still not denting it. From what a lot of you guys have known that have been sitting here, some of you have just jumped down this rabbit hole. Some people are from TikTok High. Some people have just jumped down some of these rabbit holes and they're like, damn, I got questions. Damn, this resonates with me. Damn, this makes sense on my level, because I was already going through this and I just didn't have a name to put with it. I didn't know that this was a thing. I didn't know that organ harvesting was a thing. I didn't know there's sex dungeons under every single Super Bowl game, under stadiums. I didn't know that some of our sports were fake. I didn't know that we had elite adrenochrome harvesting evil people that are running our... I didn't know about the Freemason ties that we have, like we're watching with Tyre Nichols. I didn't know about the rituals that go on every single day and they're up on a calendar for survivorship.org. I thought it was a movie. I thought it was fake. I didn't know that this is our life. I didn't know that just as much as this is my reality, it's yours. There's some people who keep saying that, right? You might be one of those people. I understand. But here, let me tell you, I have been stretched and broken in ways that I can't even fathom since I was a baby. So I am trying my best to have a lot of patience with people, because it's really hard when somebody comes to me like, I don't know how I can handle this anymore, and I have to coddle people for our life. And that kind of bothers me sometimes, but you know what? I've been through that storm so I could do it. Now, let me keep going. So at the leading up to this, the very first time y'all saw us, I think I've grown a lot, because I'm trying to cram this into 15 minutes, okay? So try to stay with me, okay? It's a lot that's going to happen in 15 minutes. That's my point. It's a lot. So, in this 2 years that if you've been here for the 2 years, if you've been on the ride for a little bit longer than that, you have heard us screaming a lot. Now, when a lot of you first met us, we were dealing with shit by ourselves. We were fighting this war by ourselves. My mother and I have done this by ourselves. This time, we have done this by ourselves, except for in 2021. You met us when we left our home in 2020. In 2021, the very first time we were in Indiana, we were about to get swarmed by the cops. We have been trying to verbatim draw out for you and tell you when we got the warning about the Freemason police. Okay, what you're seeing with Tyre Nichols is a Freemason hit. A lot of people, though, are going into the outrage, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But a lot of people are not realizing what they've seen. Not only was he a Freemason hit, the FedEx company is involved. The EMTs are involved. The police are involved. You not seeing what we've been trying to tell you? Not only are the Freemason police, not only did that Freemason brother call that hit on him because of baby mama drama in FedEx, where we told you UPS and FedEx traffic, okay? There's a society and everything. So we were telling you, not only are you worried about your elite, stop just worrying about the elite. You got your everyday people that you're looking right through, and you not even seeing that they're in your face and telling you. Your person that drops off your mail every day is involved in a secret society, and some of them don't even know. You with me? Now, there's a lot of characterization going on. There's a lot of stages being set. There's a lot of distractions going on from the classified documents that keep getting mysteriously found outside of garages in houses like Mike Pence and Joe Biden. Are you with me? Are you with me? Okay, because I only got a little bit of time. Stay with me. Yes? Yes. Okay, so magically, these documents just got dropped outside. Magically, they ended up in the garage. Magically, they're just in sight, right? Now we have to deal with them. In order to deal with them, that means that someone has to buy onto a contract and start performing false flags and lay down money for the contract. We have been explaining this to you. You have been watching this with us for 2 years. Remember when we told you we would rather die in the hands of an angel than get pulled over again by a Freemason cop, deal with bullshit paramedics that are not in it for actual oaths, and go back into a hospital where they're still trafficking? I told you that we were sold through a FedEx company. Now I want you to go and find all information that you can on Tyre Nichols, and I want you to watch, because it's playing out in your face. And the reason why it's playing out in your face is because they put it in your face, and then they make you it seem like you got to connect the dots. You know, a lot of people seem deaf to me, because my thing is, even if you are deaf, we can talk to you. I will talk to you. We can learn. Sorry, I did that backwards. Learn. No, pick up the book and put it in the head. Some things. Okay? My mom is a deaf pastor, so I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. I just can't move my hands right now because I'm holding the phone. But my mom is a deaf pastor, so I'm really thinking that some people are even hard of hearing people are not this hard of hearing, because there's some people who are creating a TikTok trend that are like, oh, once Tyre Nichols called for his mama, he summoned every mama. So y'all don't hear the children calling you. Everybody can hear grown men yelling, but nobody hear the children calling you. We not gonna make a TikTok trend about that? All right. If that's what we're going to focus on, then let's talk about it. If you go back, you'll see that I'm gonna go by names because I'm seeing a little bit of things. Demetrius Haley is one of the cops in Memphis, right? I'm going off of memory of what I've seen, right? And this, I'm not even drawing all the dots, okay? I just looked on my phone, all right? Demetrius Haley was the one who initially called the hit on Tyre Nichols because of a baby mama drama that worked in FedEx. Now, what happened was when he called these cops and when he called this hit on him, then when the other cops came, this man jumped out of his car and took off running to get home. He was going to his mom's house, right? He knew they were going to murder his ass. He knew if they caught him, they were going to kill him. So instead, he jumped out of his car and took off fucking running. When we said we don't go to the hospital, when we said we're not trying to play with these Freemason cops, when we said we go on live every single time they even try to pull us over, we done been on the phone with 911, we call a dispatch, we make sure there's a document and there's a trail, because they will make it look like Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy did it and get off. R. Kelly's charges were just dropped today, this morning. R. Kelly. He's been pissing, shitting, and raping children since I don't know how long. I was one of those children. And yet, he just got off, too. Ron Jeremy just got off of a mental excuse. All of a sudden, he has amnesia, and he can't remember what he did. So what did the judge do? Give it to him. What you're seeing is everything play out in front of you, and nobody knows what they're looking at. You're so quick to beat up on, a lot of people are quick to beat up on victims faster than they'll beat up on the people who owe you the answers. You're acting entitled to the people who don't owe you shit, but you do owe them an apology. That's the sad part. The ones that are telling the truth. Okay. Now, what you're seeing with Tyre Nichols is you're seeing a whole Freemason hit play out. Not only that, is you've seen the whole shit with Pelosi. You've seen the door open and Pelosi and the guy goes after him. And right as the door opens, like an amusement park, you don't even see anybody behind the door. The door opens like an amusement park. And then this guy waits till he's in the camera frame to hit him with the hammer. Now, you and I both know that something's wrong. Right? You and I both know that everything that's going on right now is a stage for a distraction. There's an egg farm or eggplant thing that caught on fire. I'm not saying that right. Warehouse building that chickens and whatever, kind of like Tyson Chicken Farm, but they have the chickens and the eggs in there. What's that called? I don't even know right now. The words are not coming out. Hatchery. There we go. Potato, like tomato. Close enough. So that caught on fire. We say how many times there will be no accidental fires. When something catches on fire, go see why. Go see what it links to. Follow the trail. Now, what's going on right now is the outrage goes to the minorities. If black people are tearing shit up, then guess what? Everybody gonna bow down and listen to for a second, because what has the TV been telling all of you? Yes, there is still a racism issue. Racism is very well alive. It has not ended. No, it has not ended at all. But everybody is making it that way. We restarted it, you know. But that's not what this live is about. Racism has not ended at all. However, minority issues are what's best to cause the distraction right now. Asians didn't work because remember Asian Lives Matter. Mexicans didn't work because we did the Dreamers thing. Black Lives Matter. We've been back and forth burning shit down since 2020. Now we're back again. Eggs are out the yin yang. Do you notice that the eggs are just as much as the toilet paper? We are recycling, guys. You do realize that, right? Yes? Okay. All of this is a distraction from the documents. If anybody really gets into those documents, all roads lead to trafficking, and I'm talking about all of them. Bank of America will shut down soon. Bank of America will lose their shit soon. It's coming. Not just Chase, but Bank of America. It's coming. Okay? World is about to start burning. You don't see the patterns? You don't see how people know that we're all stupid? Do you see it? Okay? I think a lot of people think that we're okay. There are some survivors, but survivors, victims, if you're listening to this, I need you to listen closely to this part right here. If they are, I want you to do me a favor. I know you're mad at me. I know you can't stand me right now. The reason why you can't stand me is because you're being lied to. The reason why you can't stand me is because you're drawing your own conclusions from something that you don't even know about. And let me break it down for you, because a lot of people are so pissed at me right now, thinking that we have all these people. We're on our way to a campground right now. We're about to repack our car, and we're about to find somewhere to sleep. We don't have any angels with us. I am not in body armor. We don't have any guns on us. Do you hear me? Do you need me to repeat that? So come on. Do you hear me? We do not have any angels with us. They're all home. They all have families, lives, and everything else that they had to tend to. They got with us for a second. They stood in the war. They stood face to face with evil. I have to thank some of these angels, because I'm not just pointing out one. There's so many that I wish that I could individually thank, but the list will go on. Do you understand that these angels stood in front of me? I had to process through this weekend. I had to process through everything that was going on, and I'm still trying to process. And the people who stood on my left, right, like in a diamond around me, I want to make sure that we're clear. I had on body armor. It was not my choice to wear body armor. It pissed me off that I was in body armor. Can we talk about it? Okay. What happened is one of the lead security that found out that was everything that was going on, especially after we signed the DNR, said Cap. He was like, I'd be damned. It's not Cap. I will never forget what Cap said. He's like, you come here. Like he was not about to hear it. And I told him, I'm like, I don't care. Do you hear me? We are ready to die, Cap. And when he finally sat down, I really can't wait till you actually talk to these angels, because I think people don't understand what we're talking about. Cap was like, hell no. And I'm like, you have to hear me. I am not going with that. Like, we can't do it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So he didn't even ask me if I'd put the vest on. He sent it ahead of him. He had to fly into the state that we were in. He sent the vest ahead of him so it would meet with the angels before we got there. And when I walked into the room, his wife called me, Peggy, and was like, your vest is already at an angel's house. And I was like, what vest? What vest? Dude, my mom's not in it. Why would I be in a vest? I'm not in a vest daily. Why would I be in a vest? My mom had to calm my ass down because not that I was mad about it. I was just like, that's not the way I work. My mom had to stop me and say, what would you do as a choreographer for your kids? Are you going to make sure that if you put them on the stage that everything is set for them so they don't get hurt? Yes. So if I got hurt, who's going to be blamed when you guys knew I had security? Who would the world want to blame when they know I had security? The first thing is somebody like Cap was, you didn't do everything in your power to keep her safe. Yes, he did. He did. Six did. Hulk wasn't even there and he did. Gambit did. Hawkeye did. Every person that was there did. I was not happy about the vest, but my ass was in it. But let me tell you, the people that stood on my left and on my right was holding my ass up because the vest was really heavy and I was already woozy. The people that were standing next to me had kids, had lives. They knew the threat and they put everything on the back burner with their faith in God. Those are the type of people that should be hearing the cries of the children. They knew the threat. They stood anyway. They stood in front of me. They didn't have on body armor. They had kids to get back to. They had lives to get back to. And if somebody would have took that shot, they were standing right in front of me. These are not people who need a pat on the back. They don't need credit and they don't need a high fucking five. They did it because nobody else is doing it. They did it because my mom and I have been doing it alone. And now that they did it and it's done, they had to get back and do it for their own. They're not just standing for me, they're standing for their own and they're standing for your kids when you decide you don't want to be outside. There's a lot of people who don't realize that shit though. They're still stuck on, oh my God, these people, you didn't even believe these people were real 2 years ago when we were trying to tell you that we were out in the middle of a dark road and somebody was trying to kill us, like what you just seen play out with Tyree Nichols. Several times where we told you guys, they coming back and everybody like, who, what, when? And you see another video and you like, damn, this is hysterical. This is crazy. This ain't real. This is actually their life. Yes. Angels have sat on court cases with us. Do you believe me now? Angels have sat through evidence. Do you believe me now? Angels have seen some shit, not just from our evidence, but in real time. Do you believe me now? Don't get stuck on the chaos and the distractions and the bullshit, because that's exactly what somebody wants you to do. Because the second that everybody is on the same game, the same playing field, it's over. 60 people in that same room got sick to their stomach when I told them the truth about contracts and MK Ultra. I can't wait till you find out, because if you're not sick, you're not human. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The 90s are not an organization. They are everyday people who are not standing with us right now. We do not have a full body armor on to go into a gas station or get out of this car like we are about to do right now. That was for a second. And a lot of people think that we're about to live happily ever after, especially the ones who your pimp is telling you that we are gone and we're going to go live happily ever after. Somebody telling you, oh, we quiet now. Oh, we about to go live happily ever after now. Your pimps are telling you that we signed off the internet and now I'm about to go back and be a dance teacher. And here I go again breaking my promises. I ain't going out with that bullshit. You'll hear me. I will pop the fuck up to tell you that shit ain't true. No, that's not true at all. And I'm not done fighting. I had to put my armor down for a second because my ass is tired. No, I'm not done fighting. But I don't know what else to do, because as you can see, there ain't nobody that's probably going to change this world. But I have done, and what my mother and I will continue to do, is we have tried our damn best to connect people from all around the world and shine a light back to the children without no money, without any merchandise. These bracelets that were made to hand out, we still got like 350 of them. These shirts that were made with a cricket. The bottles that were handed out, an angel shipped bottles to the state that we were in, printed out the labels of 90s Nation News, got to the state, and by the time I walked in the door from picking up another angel at the airport, they were at the house already. Every angel is sitting there trying to sit down and fucking transfer tape 90s Nation News onto a cup and hand it out for free. While everybody playing games and thinking that this is another TV show, this is real life. When I keep telling you I'm not trying to go back, I'm not talking about dealing with just celebrities and this and that. I'm talking about being tied up to the point where my hips pop out of place because somebody is going to rape me so bad that I can't feel my bones anymore. So you can't adjust after someone ties you to a wall. Just so we're clear. Speaking from experience. You can't adjust. There is no, oh, wait a minute, hold up. I got a Charlie horse. Can you let go of that shackle real quick? Can I just move that around real quick and then I'm good? No! That's not how that works. Everybody is so, Tyree Nichols called out for his mama. That man did not deserve to be beat like that. But do you know that there are children getting beat like that? With batons up their asses instead? And people standing around and making sure that somebody hit him again. Did you see how all those paramedics? Let's compare this to a situation. Every time something comes back up in the news, I'm like, are we kidding? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? So you had those police officers that called in the paramedics, and Tyree Nichols is still posted against the car, body bloodied and still gasping for air. Do you know that they do that for children? Do you know that they used to do that for me? My ass lived through it, though. That's the mistake they made. Still here. Still here. I disrespectfully was counting our asses out a minute ago. No lie. No lie. I was with you on a minute. I was like, if we die, it's vacation. It's not funny. When you realize how tired we are, you would understand, though. When we tell you when I tell you that, when somebody said they put the vest on me, I was like, why? Let it go. Let me go. Cab was like, I'm not letting you go. And I was like, just let me go, Cab. Shit. I'm done. I did my job. My ass got like 47 lives. Like, let me go. There's a class waiting for me in heaven. I know there is. And I put the vest on. And we're here. So if we not dead, we not done. Got it? We're not dead yet. We're not done yet. And that's going to be my damn slogan until I'm not laughing. Taking that shit to the bank, put it on a shirt, and text it to somebody. You better call another damn auction. Because if we not dead, we not done. And that don't mean that we got to be on the internet to do it. I don't think those auctions are working too good for them. They're not. You know, you're failing on those. But I see that you got a lot of other false flags and things to do. So, I'll let you get to that. But before we go, survivors and victims, if this is the only thing you take from this video, I just want you to ask a victim this question right here. If you hate me, can you screen record this, reshare it and everything, please? Actually, I just want to make sure you get this part before we go. Can you please make sure you get this part? Why am I sweaty? Can you get can you get this part? Is the heater on? I'm starting to sweat because I'm getting, yeah, my coping mechanism. Somebody said coping mechanism. Dark. It's dark. It's really dark.
It's darker than most days.
It's darker than you can imagine. I can't wait. The angels are going to come on here and talk to you guys in a little bit and tell you their experiences without giving you their identities. But they're going to come on here and talk to y'all for a little bit. And when I tell you that I was laying on the floor, on the ice cold floor, one of the angels was laughing and she was like, you know, your humor is really dark. And I try not to laugh with you. She was like, but you were laying on the floor, on an ice cold floor. You got a fan on you. It's 30 degrees outside. You done stripped down. We covering you in ice. Somebody feeding you ice chips. And you still joking about how dark shit is. You don't understand. When people were torturing me, and I mean torturing, like, I've watched somebody, literally, not a family-friendly live, so I hope you're screen recording, but I have watched someone tear someone's asshole open. That was right next to me. And then tell me that they're going to come over and hurt me with a bottle, okay? I have been raped with a glass bottle, and that's not something to brag about. I don't even know how this is coming out right now. Here's my sweating. I'm just being real because there's the only thing that I got. So here we go. It's coming out. You're going to be just as shocked as me because I don't know what I'm about to say either. But I've been raped with glass bottles. So when I tell you that I learned to just go with the flow of shit, I learned to go with the flow of shit. So when the Riverside DA, Riverside County, this happened in Riverside County too. I was raped with glass bottles by a pool guy, and the Riverside County DA knows. They dropped the case because they were like, oh, she used to be a prostitute as a child, so I'm guessing that it's okay now. So they dropped the case. That happened too, and it's actually on record, and you can actually ask somebody. My blood is still probably stained on Arlington Avenue going up the street to the apartments. Anywho, I got really adjusted to real shit that nobody should ever get adjusted to, right? I got really adjusted to that. And I was like, screw it. So there was a time where me and another girl, we had to do some jobs. And the only thing that I had to say after I watched someone just get torn apart, and I mean torn apart, and I'm looking at her, and they said they were heading over to us next. And I looked at the friend that was next to me, and I said, you want to pee on him? And if you know, and you probably don't know, but if you know, that's the only shit you got to do when you're tied up that way, okay? It's against the rules to pee on people, but everybody was doing shit that's against the rules anyway, so that was the only way that I could be a rebel. So of course, my dumb ass told the girl next to me, like, you want to pee on him? Because that's the only thing that we can do. Like, let's be fucking rebels. I mean, we're gonna get messed up anyways, right? You're gonna get hurt anyway, so screw it, okay? So that's just the way. Anyways, it's not funny. I'm still processing. Anyways, survivors, if you're watching this, I want you to ask the question, okay? How many times do you see your pimp lie to someone in one day? Just listen.
Do the math.
Just watch. How many times did they lie to someone in one day? For those of you who are saying that you hate me, I'm begging you, if you're listening to me and you want to tear my ass apart, okay, fine. But just hear me out. How many times do you see them lie in one day? In 24 hours? How many people do you see them lie to? If they're going to lie like that to them, what do you think they're doing to you? It's just something to think about. That's the only thing I want you to think about right now, because I know there's a lot to think about. So if you hate me so bad, and you think that I'm just going to go live happily ever after in this campground that we about to find, and I'm about to roll up back here in this whoopee, if you honestly think that, let's be real about this. Watch how many times they lie to someone in the next 24 hours. Now, the second that they try to tell you about me, do you honestly think that they're telling you the truth? That's something that you have to start seeing. That's something that you have to start watching for yourself. And I bet you when you do, that's the one thing that I started watching that made me go, huh. Because I believed that they loved me. I believed that they would do anything for me. I believed I was their wife. I believed I was serving my country. I believed I was doing everything right, but still somehow doing everything wrong. And I didn't know why until I really started looking at things and seeing that if they lie to everybody else, are they telling me the truth? And what makes me so special? Because you know that they count you as somebody else's wife. You know that you're not going to be their wife probably by the end of the week if they get new stock. You know that what you're saying probably won't matter when the second that you fuck up. So if you really believe them, then watch how many times they lie in a day. Character speaks volumes. Watch. That's one of the ways I made a choice. Do what you want. Do what you feel like you're going to do. But ask that question. Like I said, if we're not dead yet, we're not done yet. And I pray through my dark humor that you can see and hear that I'm not playing with you. I hope that... I really hope that you can hear me. I really hope that you can feel that I'm trying to tell you truth that is messed up. You really can't. The second that you try to point anything to anything that's more... point people to what's morally correct, you're wrong in this day and age. So, thank you. Super Bowl weekend, February 11th and 12th. I know some of the Angels have tried to get together in March and to put some out. We'll be at one of those. So they have already put up locations and put the dates on them. That is Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl is supposed to be in Arizona this year. We've talked about sports before. I can't go into it right now. But there are sex dungeons and jails and all kind of things under all sports stadiums that you'll soon find out that, those magnetic gloves, those magnetic balls, the green screen that they playing with, and sometimes the players that are on the field and not really on the field because they're in the boxes having sex with children. You'll soon find out because everything is coming out. Our world is going to burn eventually, but I don't know when people are going to demand answers. And I pray to God that at one point you're going to hear the cries of the children the same way you hear the cries of George Floyd or Tyre Nichols, because I feel like a lot of you people, especially the ones who want to claim Black Lives Matter, are ignoring those. And if you can hear a grown man's, what's sad is and what's pathetic is why you're not listening to the children. Because how many need to die next to you? How many need to scream out for their parents next to you? How many more articles do you need for you to wake your ass up to see it? And for you to just say, oh, I'm going to get outside because it's haunting me. Not get outside because it's a trend. There's lives going on right now that didn't even know how to say Tyre Nichols' name. There's a stage being set. Let's see if the man has 20 funerals, because Biden is sure the first one to kind of give his talk on what and why. So many people were quick, even officers that weren't even in Memphis, officers jumped on to speak on it. I just want to say this, I just want to say that. Where is the Border Patrol at? Any Border Patrol want to acknowledge the fact that a 6-year-old was raped at the border and everybody knows about it? Do they want to jump on and say something and apologize for the actions of their fucked up Border Patrol? Are they going to do that? No. All the people who are jumping on the Tyre Nichols bandwagon, are they going to jump on for all the black children that are being murdered and brutalized by police, EMTs, firefighters, politicians, people that stand in power, and people who are supposed to be there to serve and protect? Are you going to make a statement about that? Hold their feet to the fire. Because people were on call to burn buildings down. People were on call to stand in the streets of New York City, but people only on call for the weekend. How is that? Reparations only come on Saturday and Sunday? Because some of y'all don't even have a job. I get it that a lot of you can't do it because you got to go to work. But some of you don't even have a job, yet you only go out on the weekends. So we only fighting for the truth on the weekends. This war don't take a this war don't got off days. There's a lot of people who are asking, will you do a live event again? If we do it again, it's public. If we do it again, screw the vetting system. If we do it again, we opening it. We'll tell you the state, we'll tell you the location, and come on. The only thing is nobody does the right thing because it's the right thing to do anymore. Things are not done without money. We ain't rolling in dough like that. We are still selling shit. Somebody thinks that they just seen us at a fast food restaurant. No, honey, we were selling the last little bit of video games that we had out of our storage. Sometimes when you contact someone on the app, Let Go, you can let go of it.
Go figure.
So if you think that you're onto something, and I was by a kid in just a little bit, looking at the wrong kid. Nope. He does have a great supply of video games now, though. So does the mother. And they're handing them to some other kids. Do you understand what we're saying to you? Come on. A lot of people are being a little careful because I saw you. I walked right up to you and I handed you one of these flyers that were in my hand. Just because I'm tired, depressed, and in pain don't mean I'm done. I have these in my hand, walking around. So if you see one of these on your windshield in a minute, that was probably just right there. Because I gotta get out this car right now, and I'm about to go put these on the windshield too. For the victims who are your pimps are telling you some bullshit, again, you might want to check if they telling the truth daily. Because right now, they record don't speak for them. Just saying. I hope you guys hear what we're saying. We have to go. You got anything? Because I think I took our time.
No. You're good.
Alright. I hope you understand all that. And I hope if you're not going to fight and you're going to be a part of a childish... If we are fighting for the children. So if you are... if your childish drama is getting in the way, you're in the way of fighting for the children. Our patience is wearing thin. Really thin. Thanks for sharing this. Thanks for looking out for us. I hope we can talk to you sooner than later. The Angels will be live soon. Look out for that. Bye, guys.